It's about thriving.
It's about thriving communities, not dependency.
Not dependency,
Yeah.
just sustainability.
Oh,
so I just wanted to make sure I was not hearing it correctly. Yeah.
Another part was just our vocabulary. We have a couple other Trinity grads here. Like Trinity, Food for the Hungry, we use a lot of acronyms and things that shortened up phrases that people from outside would really have no idea what it is. So if we say, oh yeah, we have a great C2C program, like we talk about like from sea to shining sea, or like the letter, or what does it mean? So we had to kind of break down things that we say, terms that we use, and translate that over into what an outside audience could pick up. So, for example, C2C became church, business, and social group partnership. Then we had our SIS/STS, which stood for Seconded International Staff or Short-Term Service. Again, what does that mean? Basically, short or long-term overseas worker. So, trying to make our language accessible. And then, I think Annabelle brought up in the last meeting about basically if you can't talk about your organization about 30 seconds or so, there's too much to talk about. So you can just have a page on page 15 about a 30-second elevator pitch. If you were to just talk to someone about on the street, what are the nutshells that you could talk about? And then, yeah, website language, web updates, print, and press releases. So try to really capture everything that, with sending messages out to the public, there are so many different mediums and things to pick up that if it's jumbled, it doesn't get picked up, which has always been our struggle with trying to get press releases picked up by local papers, just because they don't know who we are or what the name means. So we tried to repackage that into something else. So now that we sort of had a message and we had trained ourselves, we needed to work on reaching out to our targeted audience. So our general demographic is middle-aged, married evangelical women, or internally we refer to her as sympathizing Sue. So, so we thought, okay, like how now can we take this poverty revolution message and get it to someone like Sue? So our main media mode that we've been working with is tapping into radio. So we've been partnering with Praise 106.5, which gets around 200,000 listeners in like southern BC and northwest Washington. And basically what we had to do is to sell that that simple message of sustainable community development as something different, easy to understand, but I think what we had mentioned before, like, oh, what if you dumb down too much your message about what you do? We've been finding that by starting with this simple, concrete message that's memorable, people say, oh, Poverty Revolution, I heard about that, can you tell me more? Through radio spots, interviews, from Jock Talk, being able to like share stories from the field about farmers in Ethiopia, or a seamstress in Bangladesh, really bringing a face to this brand and fleshing it out with substance. So yeah, really trying to hit through on the educational aspect of that. And so with this message we said, well, it's a great message, we don't want to limit, we'd like to try to expand out. So we've been also tapping in through Facebook with our fan page, which has through just the Poverty Revolution message, we don't mention anything about FH or Food for the Hungry. It's grown to about 4,500 fans that have been, who are not really targeting any kind of financial ask or anything like that, just trying to build relationship and stimulate conversation by suggesting articles or books or current events that have to do with development, such as, hey, Wycliffe John said he's going to run for president of Haiti. What do you guys think? And asking questions like that, and people that just click the like button on the side page of some really good conversations, some pretty heated arguments, where it gives us the opportunity to go in and kind of engage with the conversation and keep that going. So yeah, again, the main focus has been on trying to take something that was such a mess before, simplify it down into something that people are interested in, and then sort of funnel back into sharing more of that substance and not dumbing down our message, but sharing the heart of what we do after it's been put into something memorable, and people would say, oh, so that's what Hungry Revolution and Food for the Hungry is about. You get that now. Obviously, it's still a work in progress, but it's been just hearing friends or one of my coworkers at the dentist says, oh, I heard about Hungry Revolution on the radio, and they didn't really know much other than that, but just getting the name to stick. So that's what so it's trying to kind of hint at our last meeting with brand recognition, and sort of that's been our biggest strategy, was trying to break through the clutter.